What is up there, Reject Nation? We are going to watch episode 2 of Squid Game. Really enjoyed the first episode. Excited to see what we got for episode 2 today. If you end up enjoying our reaction, you can go ahead and hit the like button or the dislike. Doesn't matter which one. Also subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when our reaction for the next episode of Squid Game is up. And as usual, full-length watch-alongs where you sync it with the time code or over at our Patreon page. Cover a whole bunch of shows over there. We're at the same tier. You get the option for both reaction highlights and watch-alongs included. And also, thanks to the folks at Praper for editing this down for us. 3 people in total are taking turns editing this for us. That's how complicated it is to edit one of our reactions. Hopefully the team gets bigger, so that way 10 people can touch our faces. Let's do this! Oh no! Oh.
Wow.
How inhumane. That's the first time I said that word for this show.
And it won't be the last.
Everything else has been fine, but...
첫 번째 게임의 결과를 알려드리겠습니다.
Oh no.
456.
Oh wow! More people are alive than I thought.
아직 이름도 못 지어서 출생 신고도 못 했는데요.
Oh no.
Jesus.
How bleak.
When did you give birth?
제발 살려주세요. 돈은 어떻게든 갚을게요.
Oh, Jesus.
저희는 여러분을 해치거나 돈을 받아내려는 게 아닙니다. 다시 말씀드리지만 여러분에게 기회를 드리는 겁니다.
기회?
We're helping you.
게임일 뿐입니다.
사람을 그렇게 죽여놓고 게임이라고요?
그들은 게임의 규칙을 어겨서 탈락했을 뿐입니다. 게임의 규칙만 잘 지키면 약속된 상금과 함께
필요 없으니까 제발 그냥 내보내줘요.
This is such a fascinating metaphor for classism.
경찰들이 여기 실종된 사람들 참가자 과반수가 동의를 하면 게임은 중단된다.
여러분의 뜻에 따라 게임의 중단 여부를
Oh, who are going to be the dicks that decide to stay?
Yeah.
그럼 투표에 앞서 첫 번째 게임에서 적립된 상금을
Oh, jeez, here it comes.
Oh my god, they're like, treat them like animals, just dangling.
Come on, guys, look at all that capital. Look at all that capital.
근데 6개 게임 다 통과하면 얼마를 주시나요?
참가자 456명, 따라서 총 상금은 456억입니다.
Oh god.
God.
(453번) 투표해 주세요.
Does this guy just remember all the numbers?
You know, process of elimination. What happens to the minority voters afterwards?
They still have to play. It's just a vote.
Yeah, but do you get put at some kind of disadvantage? I demand a recount.
죽으려면 너 혼자 죽어 이 새끼야. 다 끌어들이지 말고 이 개새끼야. 지랄이야 이거.
지금부터 민주적인 투표 절차를 방해하는
Of course not.
This is a democratic process.
이제 마지막 투표자입니다. 1번.
Oh, he's gonna say yes. Oh, we know. I mean, of course he's gonna say yes to episode 2, but come on. This guy, you know he would. Oh, what?
Thought that might happen.
여러분의 다수가 게임의 재개를 원하시면 언제든 게임을 다시 시작.
Restart?
그럼 안녕히 돌아가십시오.
Whoa, this is going down a way different path than I expected it to go.
Yeah. Whoa.
자, 나 좀 빨리 줘. 자, 나 좀 빨리 풀어줘. 자.
Oh my god, lady, you are the worst.
집에 안산이라면서요. 집에 갈 돈 있냐고요.
걸어가요.
기다렸다가 버스 타고 가요.
Oh.
나 돈 없어요. 돈 못 갚아요. 감사합니다.
저 선생님, 그러니까 이상한 사람들이
Oh god, no one believe this. Damn, this is so stressful.
그냥 미친 놈이야. 오늘따라 정신없어 죽겠어 아주.
Oh my god, is he a detective who's been investigating this?
Either that or he was working for him or something, keeping an eye on all the people who voted to go home.
60억? 아니 6억이라며.
그놈들도 모르는 게 있어.
아니 너 증권회사 다닌다더니 주식을 한 거야?
주식은 그렇게 크지 않고 선물을 했어.
Oh no.
선물로 그 돈을 써?
내 거 말고 어머니 거까지 다 들어갔어. 집이랑 엄마 가게까지 다.
Dude.
Oh man.
What did you learn in business school?
I'm not spending any more money after
Ever.
this. Sure.
I'm voting to leave capitalism.
일단 입원부터 하시고 치료하면서 경과를 좀 지켜보시죠.
Meanwhile, let's talk about the bill.
엄마 진짜 미련하게 왜 이래? 치료 안 받으면 큰일 난다잖아.
내가 그냥 이래 누워있으면 월세는 누가 낼까?
Oh man. Jesus Christ, this is so heartbreaking. I can't handle this.
힘들어가. 혼자 고마하고 싶다. 고마하지.
Brother.
제가 내일 직접 실종 신고할게요. 아, 저 대한민국 경찰이에요.
Oh, someone he knows died on the island? There's a reason they specified that exact book. Theory of Desire.
Yeah.
왜? 나 아이스크림 먹고 싶다며.
Got a kid?
Yeah.
Or younger brother?
Brother's my guess.
엄마 금방 데리고 온다며. 한 달만 있다가 엄마 오면 누나가 나 여기다 버린 거래.
엄마 아버지 꼭 오실 거다. 누나가 꼭 그렇게 만들 거야.
So all the good child actors are in Korea.
제발요 돈 주세요. 야이씨 밖에 있는 애들한테 물어봐. 걔들은 월급 받았는가? 수금이 돼야 돈을 주지 이 새끼야. 나도 아픈 데가 한두 군데가 아니야.
This guy.
제발요 돈 주세요. 6달도 더 지났잖아요.
Oh God.
이 새끼야.
Oh God. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, your body hurts.
What?
Oh my God.
Escalated. Jesus.
일단 니네 부모 소재 파악부터 다시 해야 되고 요즘 국경 경비가 살벌해져서 강 건너주는 비용도 많이 올랐고.
그래서 얼만데?
4천 이상은 있어야.
4천.
중국으로 가는 비용만 그렇고 거기서 다시 남조선으로.
Oh wow. Jesus.
돈 구해온다. 한 번 더 나 속이면 다음엔 무조건 네 목부터 딸 거야. 알았니?
Damn, she's hot.
Yeah, dude. Taking care of business.
아드님이 효자신가 봐요. 서울대 나왔어요.
Oh no.
머리도 좋은데 인물도 좋네. 결혼은 했어요?
아직 안 갔어요. 올해 몇 살인데? 내가 중매 좀 살까요?
Can it be me? Can I marry him?
혹시 조상훈 씨 어머니 되십니까?
Oh no.
조상훈 씨께서 횡령과 사문서 위조, 특정 경제범죄 가중처벌법 위반 혐의로.
Oh, you're gonna give her a heart attack, man.
저 우리 아들은 뭘 잘못하고 그럴 애가 아니에요.
This poor woman.
This just keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no. No, is he gonna... Did he already like take something?
누구시죠?
I mean, might as well.
Yeah, I gotta believe in second chances.
मैं अपना काम खत्म करके घर वापस जाऊंगा तुम दोनों के पास।
अली आपके साथ कुछ गलत हुआ है और आप हमसे छिपा रहे हैं। क्या बात है?
अभी कुछ मत पूछो।
The show's like breaking my fucking heart so much. I can't handle this shit.
Poor people.
Oh man. This is so rough.
영감님을 여기서 갚는데요? 2년이 있나 보네. 한잔 하시겠어요?
Is there something more to this guy?
There's gotta be. Sums up. He's the only one who's like cheery despite his circumstances.
아 영감님 괜찮으세요? 근데 이건 너무 많이 드시는 거 아니에요?
Let me do what I want. Got a lump in my head for Christ's sake.
나 다시 가기로 했어. 거기를요?
But you're really old.
You were the tie-breaking vote.
그 사람들 말이 다 맞더라고. 여기가 더 지옥이야.
Certainly doesn't look pleasant. But you always got a big smile on your face, man.
이게 그 무궁화꽃이 피었습니다 하는 곡이 초대장이라고요.
그래, 네가 화요일까지 애들을 끌어모을 수 있을 만큼 모아놔. 근데 픽업은 한 놈이 나와.
One guy that you know of.
돈을 돼지저금통에 몇백억씩 쌓아놓고 있는 새끼들이야.
Everything just sounds so ridiculous when you reiterate it to someone.
야, 이 개새끼야. 여기 털어가지고 내가 그거 다 갚는다고.
근데 필리핀 카지노에서는 얼마를 날리신 거예요?
Pinoy Pride?
네가 그걸 어떻게 알았어?
형님, 그러니까 그거 좀 적당히 좀 하...
You're gonna get yourself killed, man.
필리핀 전기빵 하는 애들이
Uh-oh.
이 간, 콩팥 지금 여기까지 왔잖아.
Oh, golly.
You are the stupidest man in the world, dude.
Oh my god. Wow.
Thought we were about to get some Filipinos in the show.
And don't worry, maybe they'll get sucked into the game.
Yeah.
Bring back a lot of money for the Philippines.
너 애한테 뭐 해줬는데 너 그럴 자격 있다고 생각해? 너 가영이 나타날 내 옆에 있기라 했어?
너도 알잖아. 내가 갈 수가 없었다고. 동료가 쓰러졌는데.
나도 쓰러졌어. 가영이 죽을 뻔했어.
그놈은 그날 죽었어. 내 눈앞에서 병원에도 못 가고 죽었다고.
여보.
Bail, man.
Vamoose.
You better bail.
Oh.
뭐죠?
돈 필요하다면서요?
He's gonna say never to come back, though, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
우리 가족 앞에 다시는 안 나타나 주셨으면 합니다. 가영이가 많이 힘들어합니다. 이제 미국으로 떠나야 되는데 자꾸 이런 식으로 부스 나타나시.
Oh no, dude.
돈이면 다 되는 줄 알아.
아빠.
It just doesn't stop.
I know. Now he's gonna have no money and not be able to see his family.
도봉서 황준호입니다.
Oh my god. One slight shred of hope.
도와주십시오. 저희 형 찾아야 합니다.
Because he owes me money.
우리는 저지가 아닙니다.
Oh, buddy.
This is the one time you could help someone.
Yeah, this is the only thing you have to offer.
Only
anymore.
position. Jesus, are they all going back?
I think a lot of them are.
Wow, that's some great match cutting. That's some great match cutting right there.
Jesus. Did you at least tell the guy?
Do I have to start the games all over again?
Yeah, probably. Red light, green light, let's do this. Yeah. I really hope he didn't notice that in his review mirrors.
What? So you turned off the lights. This is like Bong Joon-ho's Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah. With just like a battle royale looming in the distance, yes. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do something. Except unless it involves money, at which point you can't do anything.
You know, it's funny. Like I think most people understand the world of financial difficulties, and being Asian myself, and knowing a lot of people of all spectrums of the Asian lines. You know,
there's more than one.
There's
kind
more
of
than one
Asian
kind
to
of
be?
Asian. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, talks about money with your parents is such a prevalent conversation. It's a reoccurring topic, even with my mom especially too. So yeah, I mean, we grew up like financially struggling a lot. Won't go into like hyper specific details over things, just I don't know what my family was comfortable with being out there, but needless to say, we were very much financially struggling quite a bit. And one of the top stressors of my personal life is constantly just is understanding money and working with that in that spectrum. So like this plays on like I'm sure for a lot of people too, this plays a lot on a very common stress factor in our life. And so this really just I keep getting like stressed out like listening to all this. And then my dad, when he was alive, like the threat of him having to lose his foot due to diabetes and lack of circulation, and like his foot looked like the way her toes looked, the mom was like my dad. So this was just like, oh man, there's a lot of triggers in here.
Everything's hitting home.
This is not easy to watch.
Yeah.
And then and also with like my mom being the breadwinner, like her just being like, I can't get sick, I gotta keep working. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is just non-stop right now. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's like a gazillion other things I can't relate to in here, but there's enough of the core elements, I think, that are still universal for a lot of people, because I think most of us have experienced some form of debt or financial difficulties, at least at some point in our lives. If you haven't, lucky you. But I think most of us have. So it was interesting to like take this episode, and it just went in such a different direction, because I like it. I love the choice they made, because in the first episode they choose to go there out of just desperation, not really knowing what they're getting into. They're able to leave, and it is like they're toying with them. It's like dangling a treat in front of an animal, you know, like a desperate animal who's like starving on the streets, like they just got to eat anything. And maybe that's what that shot was in the first episode with the cat.
Like you take the fish that you're offered, because a lot of times people are going to take or not offer at all.
And so it's cool that they do this episode where they all get to go back, and you do see that. Oh, they do such a great job at laying out. Yeah, they would definitely choose to go back because they have no choice. They need the money, you know.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying when you're that. I don't understand the current. I don't know the currency of Korea. Like I don't know how that all converts. They say like $2,000 or something. Not dollars. They say like 2,000.
Like 10,000 won is.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that's the equivalent for us of like a 20 or something like that. You know.
So when they're saying like 600 million, I'm like, what is that? I imagine it's
Still
a lot of money. Still
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the inflation rates are at least higher. So yeah, you'll get amounts up in the billions, you know, quicker than you would maybe here in the States, for example.
Oh yeah, and then like the areas of financial struggles and poverty are way different than and harsher and out there than out here in like fucking. I mean, it's like, sure, we have like a rise in homeless population. There's a lot of poor people.
We have problems.
But we have problems.
Our financial economic structure is not the best, contrary to popular belief.
But people will still come from other countries in hopes of making, you know, the American dream, the financial benefits, and no one really, flees to Korea or something like that for that purpose, or the Philippines or anything like that, you know. So. Seeing how they flesh this all out. I was just surprised by the choice. I was like, oh shit! I thought like second episode they're gonna stay. I'm like, obviously they got to go back right some way. They got to go back, and then the way they paint the struggles, it's like yes, everything is linked to money, but everyone still has a different story of why they have the financial difficulties and what the relationships are. You know, the two of them are like with their mother and family. Another one is a gang-related one. Another one's taking care of their younger brother. And a lot of it is rooted, other than the gangster guy, a lot of it's rooted in like love. And then the one, I can't tell. You feel free to just tell me in the comments. Is he like Indian?
Or perhaps, I mean, India is part of Asia, but there's also like, you know, he could be from like Pakistan or something like that. I wasn't 100% sure either.
Tell me. I'm just gonna say I don't know. So yeah, you have him in there, and I'm like, I just really care about that guy. He just seems so nice and so polite.
Yeah,
and he's just so desperate, you know. So I thought it was really neat that they pinned them in this position where they're choosing to go back to the terror that awaits them because they literally have no other. Like one guy's just gonna go to jail. The other guy has nothing to. Our main guy has nothing else to live for, and maybe he's helping out the cop too. Like this is literally no other choice, and that is fascinating. That really does. That I think that elevates the show in a much more unique direction than any other thing I've seen that like deals with a premise along the lines, because usually it's they're thrusted into a situation they didn't really ask for, and then here it's like, nah, I got no choice, and it's like those fucking people know they got no choice.
Yeah, I think that's what's so brilliant. I mean, because it plays on your expectation of like, well, they gotta play more games, so they're gonna stay. But what I loved about this particular episode is, on the heels of that, it's a great subversion with, down to one vote, they all decide to go home. Then you think, this has probably happened before. This is, probably something that whoever is coordinating and controlling this game anticipates.
Yeah.
And so, then to do an episode where it is almost like, the debate of a movie where you have every lead character pretty much across this episode, or who I assume are the main people will be focusing on, confronting their reasons to go back. Like because also, too, these are desperate people, and in desperate situations, it's like you'll make so many promises without, all of the thought and context and reality involved. And so, it made for a really natural transition to like, we have to go back. There's just nothing else we can do, And so, it's like heart-wrenching, but also I think it's a really sophisticated way to do that. And it also helps to enhance, what I think is pretty clearly, a commentary on, I mean, I don't know what South Korea's economy is like, if it's similar to the free market economy of America, but, I mean, I
feel like most things I've seen deal with some form of commentary on classism.
Yeah, and it's like you look at the game, and I mean, the game is a great metaphor for the illusion of what a lot of our economic systems around the world are, where it's just, guys, if you just play by, we're giving you all the tools you need, just play by the rules and you won't get chewed up, when really it's like the machine is way bigger and way more insidious and way less based on merit and effort alone than they would have you believe. And then you go back out into the real world and you see, you know, the harsh reality of, you know, you just pay all your bills on time and stuff, and you know, you work hard, and it's not necessarily like that for everybody. And this is, I'm curious to see how that metaphor is going to keep unfolding as they go back into the game, which, you know, more overtly savage than the real world, seems a lot more simplistic at least.
And I will say too, something we haven't said at all is the acting in this is phenomenal.
Across the board,
like,
dude.
everyone is it's got the best child actors I've ever seen.
It's insane.
And they're all located in Asia, all Korea. That's where all the
right.
good child actors are. And like everyone is so good. Like everyone is so good.
Yeah.
And I'm just so used to being enveloped in everything we're watching that I had like a little bit of an out-of-body experience, and they were doing the match cutting to all the individuals as they're getting on the getting ready to go back in the van.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, all these guys are fucking great actors. They're all great.
Really, truly, yeah.
They nailed everyone nails it. They feel so human and so real.
And yeah, it's like, even though you don't necessarily relate to everyone's details, like I've been feeling for every character, even the pickpocket, you know, like even characters you're initially set up to be kind of at odds with.
Yeah.
It's wrenching and fascinating.
Well, it's like, you know, you could see the path. What they do such a good job at the turmoil of what they're going through in the, you know, is literally they pretty much are in a position where they could die. Some people are literally threatened with the actual, you know, just death, like the old man, or you know, some people feel like if we're going to prison, I might as well just kill myself. You know, there's a lot of things here where some people, you know, in real life would just probably off themselves with the kind of plight they find themselves in, you know? So I totally, it really is just life or death. It's like, might as well go back when I'm probably just gonna die anyway.
Might as well choose depravity.
Might as well,
because there's no other option.
It really does. And I think that's incredibly impressive on the show to put you in that. Like, you know, it's going there, but at the same time, it does a good job on just really letting you sit with it, because they go back pretty early on in the episode, and this episode's like a little over an hour, and they just let you let it all develop into what it develops into, where you're like, yeah, I get why you're going back.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what else are you gonna do? And like, what else can you do to make money other than win the lottery?
Yeah. And I love that that again, in a show that very much has this high concept centerpiece of the game looming, I love that the first two episodes have been so dedicated to mostly the outside world and the inner lives of the characters. And yeah, like the first episode lays the stage out for the game, but you know, it's clear that it's got way more on its mind than that, and I really do appreciate that about this. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, Squid Game episode 2 complete. Keep a lookout for episode 3 reaction. Just imagine shit's gonna get really crazy. I'm glad to see that this especially like for a Korean-based show, like subtitle and all, to be making the waves out here and the like, seems like a worldwide event.
Yeah.
Not just US.
Yeah.
And it's cool that a show like this, which is not like, first 2 episodes are not trying to engage you with violence and pulp. Like, there's some of that, but it's barely. And this is really, it's just like hard, slow moving melodrama is what the first 2 episodes have been.
Yep.
You know, like, crazy shit's coming, but it's pretty cool to be like, oh man, it's awesome to see that this is making the waves here. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Before, you know, Cowboy Bebop and Witcher 2 and everything else comes out.
Start as bleak as we can before we kind of climb up to the fun
to
stuff.
crazy fandoms.
Yeah, totally.
All right, guys, thanks so much for being here. Subscribe, click that bell, hit that like button. You can check us out on Patreon. We'll catch you guys soon.